Hello, today we're looking at Venn diagrams and finding comparison contrast within a paragraph to help you turn those into a Venn diagram. So what is a Venn diagram? It is a graphic organizer that allows a reader to see the similarities and differences between a limited number of things. Now, Venn diagrams can have an infinite amount of items within them, but for today, to begin with, we're only having 2 items. And that looks like this. Now there are elements to a Venn diagram, the first of which is the title. This is going to help your reader and yourself as you look back remember what you're comparing. Next, you're going to take the items that are being compared and put them into their own circle, here labeled as A and B. Then, where the 2 circles match are the similarities that are held by both A and B. So remember, within a circle, only the elements that belong to that item will belong. If an element that belongs to B should not fall into the circle that belongs to A. Today we're looking at the difference between bumblebees and honeybees. And let's start with our paragraph. Many people fear bees. Perhaps this is because of an allergy to bee stings or because of a past sting. However, both honeybees and bumblebees are non-aggressive bees and will not attack unless their hive is attacked. Honeybees use their hive to store excess honey in combs. The bumblebee only stores enough honey to feed its colony. Bees are different sizes, which allow them to gather different types of pollen. Bumblebees have thick, fat bodies and are 2 to 5 centimeters long. Alternately, honeybees are much smaller than bumblebees with sleek, small bodies. They only grow to be 2.5 centimeters long. So the first thing to do when looking at a comparison contrast essay is to highlight the signal words that show off what type of a paragraph it is. I've labeled these here in pink. They're words that point out to us as we read. Are we looking at a comparison? Something that's held by both items? So words like both or much, more, different, alternately, these are pointing out that we're looking for those elements. In the same way, I've gone ahead and color-coded elements that belong to each of the bees. If it's a quality held in commonality, it is in purple. If it only belongs to honeybees, it's in orange, and if it's only a bumblebee trait, it's in green. This is going to help you and I look between this slide and our Venn diagram. But it is a great quality to keep in your own note-taking. Perhaps you can color code a paragraph or take notes. This will allow you to keep up with each element. Color codes just help. So here, in the same way, our bumblebee paragraph, when they are exclusively to bumblebees, is going to stay in green text. If it's only a honeybee trait, it's in orange, and if it's held by both types of bees, it is in purple. So notice the labeling on my Venn diagram. First thing I see, I've got a title, the difference between bees. And then my circles are labeled, instead of A and B, as our example showed, bumblebees and honeybees, very clearly labeled. Notice that things can get a little hairy. I mean, it gets kind of messy in there. You might look at an online Venn diagram creator. I like the one from readwritethink.org. It's clean. It gives you a nice ability to take the file type into a PDF or a rough text document that you can easily send to a teacher or hold on to for your own notes. And it's nice and neat. So let's just remember the elements that belong in a Venn diagram. First, you need to make sure that your diagram is labeled. And then next, you need to make sure that your elements for each item are in their circle, and these circles are also labeled neatly. Then also remember that the similarities column needs to be neatly labeled and touching. If it's not within both circles, it doesn't matter. But make sure that it's there neatly for your teacher. Hope this has been helpful. If you have further questions, please contact your teacher.